you. Thank you. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. There's a line in the work of the Christian mystic poet William Blake. We are put on earth a little space that we may learn to bear the beams of love. Everything I say tonight flows from that line. In 1950, a student at a Christian college in Pennsylvania took the train to Philadelphia to listen to a great Christian preacher preach on Christian love. And when he got there, sat in the back of that lecture hall and heard Mordecai Johnson say that Christian love in the 20th century was best embodied by a Hindu from India. That Mahatma Gandhi's Satyagraha movement, his love force movement, which united a subcontinent against a colonial empire non-violently, was the best example that he could think of Jesus on earth. And sometimes I wonder what might have happened if Martin Luther King Jr. had a different response to that sermon. What if King had said when he first heard about Gandhi, if his religion is great and inspires love, then what's the deal with my religion? What if Martin Luther King Jr. had said, I can't think anything good about his religion. At the end of the day, my religion can only and always seek to dominate his religion. Instead, King, 20 years old, the same age as this audience, thought to himself, what is it in my faith that connects with that great love in his faith? How is it that my religion of Christianity can learn from and work with that tradition of Hinduism? What if this campus was a model of interfaith cooperation? What if people here began campus community interfaith service programs, and every week an interfaith group of you was going into Oakland to tutor children and saying, I do this because I'm a Buddhist. I do this because I'm a Catholic. What if St. Mary's was a place that inspired higher education around the country to take religious diversity seriously? I think campuses are a vanguard sector in American society. And I think what happens in campuses first trickles down into the rest of the country. And I can't think of a campus better positioned to be a leader in inclusive excellence in interfaith cooperation than St. Mary's College. Precisely because you are Catholic. Precisely because you are LaSallian. Precisely because of the group of students that I had dinner with tonight. And precisely because this era is our era. This era is the era of interfaith cooperation. When the first black president of the United States of America gave his inaugural address and he spoke of diversity, he used these words: America's patchwork heritage is a strength, not a weakness. We are a nation of Christians and Muslims, of Hindus and Jews and non-believers. And because we have been through that darkest chapter of segregation and civil war and come out stronger and more united, we in America know that the lines of tribe will someday dissolve, that the blood feuds will one day end, that America will take its place as a leader for peace in the world once again. When the president asked his faith council to meet with him in the Oval Office 6 weeks later, he spoke of 4 things to us. Number 1, the importance of faith communities involved in service. Number 2, the central focus he had on interfaith cooperation. Number 3, America as a model of religious pluralism in the world. Number 4, the leadership of young people. I thought to myself, this president from my hometown of Chicago is channeling that moment where King met Heschel, channeling that moment when Jane Addams in 1889 started what she called a cathedral of humanity, channeling that moment in 1893. And I end with this line. The Parliament of the World's Religions, which kicked off interfaith dialogue in the West, the gauntlet was thrown down. It is a challenge to us today that from now on, the great religions of the world will make war no longer on each other, and instead on the giant ills that afflict humankind. Jazakallahu khair. May God give you goodness.